Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Shazad Hussain and I live on Primary Way. And today is the 2nd of October 2023. Time's around about 5:30. I'm just walking to my house, where I'm presently resided, to make my daily vlog of the situation I'm finding myself in. Today's weather's not the best. It's wet and cold. But yeah, it is what it is. Great weather for the flowers. This is where I live, number 20 Primary Way. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, why am I telling you about where I live? And well, this issue of privacy, isn't it? And this has always been an ongoing issue between me and the state. The issue of privacy, so central and a central issue of living under a state to have privacy. And do you think you people have privacy? Really? Do you think you have privacy? You don't have privacy. You only have the illusion of privacy. The West feeds you the illusion of privacy, the illusion of choice, the illusions. It's all illusions to make you delusional. The reality is today is 56 days since I last saw my brother. My brother was kidnapped from my home, from here, right here, and taken, and without any further information being facilitated by the state, namely Bradford Council and the police, in collaboration with the Housing Association and the courts and tribunal services. Nothing's been forthcoming. And in desperation, I'm making these videos to remind myself of what's happening. I'm just going to move myself out of the rain, because it's slightly raining. I'm just going to bring myself into some shelter, and we can continue. So my brother was abducted, and under the pretext that I was not caring for him properly. The reality was that I was looking to expose the fraud and corruption that I've been experiencing for the last 23 years, and as a result of which my family members continue to be murdered off by the state. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking that sounds like a ridiculous statement to make. Councils don't go around killing people. Well, you're wrong there. I can assure you that's my lived experiences. What do you know? Have you ever dealt with this council in this manner that I've dealt with them, dealing with adult social care? It comes down to simply this, it's an old adage of how to deal with the elderly, which are a burden on society. I think there's a very interesting word I came across, which is senicide, which is seniorcide, I think, or senocide, like suicide, but it's called seniorcide, meaning killing of old people. And it's a long gone human issue, isn't it? What do you do with the elderly when they become a burden on society? The West states that, oh well, we'll take care of you from cradle to grave, as long as you keep on working and paying your taxes and voting. We'll take care of your elderly, and that's not the truth. That's not simply the truth, and that's fundamentally the argument between me and the local authority or the state. Is this that you're telling people that you're going to look after the elderly, but you don't, and you've created a situation that is simply a falsehood and a lie, which I'm looking to expose. And as a result of this, excuse me, and as a result of this, I'm being selectively targeted, victimized, persecuted, oppressed, and put into a situation that's causing me alarm and distress. And the main thing is it's also causing a lot of hardship and suffering to the people in my care, namely both my parents, who had suffered from dementia, were hounded and persecuted and murdered off by the council, and two of my disabled brothers, one of which has been murdered in 2014, and now the second one they've abducted, no doubt gonna try to kill him off, all without going against there is no law. They tell you that, oh, there's a law, you can follow these laws and guidelines and procedures. There's nothing like this. All that happens is the laws are there for the common man, so you can continue to be oppressed, driven into debt, spending the rest of your life paying off your debts to serving their masters is a means of control and servitude. And that's the situation that they've got me facing. That they're looking to they are looking to bankrupt me. They've taken away all my money away. They've taken away all my resources, all my social networks. I'm now left in a position where I've got nobody in this world, and that's what they're trying to do. Like any true occultist, they're trying to separate you from your friends and family in order to place you into a situation where you're alone and isolated, and then they can control and manipulate you better. And if not, they can just kill you off. This is just simply what a cult does. In my particular circumstances, they've literally murdered off my family members, alienated and isolated anybody that I've had a friendship with. So people don't want to associate with me, especially when I'm looking to expose endemic and systemic corruption. So that's the situation I'm finding myself in today. 56 days later, I've got absolutely no idea where my brother is. They won't tell me where my brother is. And who is they exactly? Well, it's Bradford Council, Social Services. It's the West Yorkshire Police that I'm writing to every day. It's in collaboration with... they all work together. I mean, this is the idea, an illusion that's sold to you, that, oh no, we're independent. I don't know what the left hand... When you speak to the council, they say, oh, we're so big and monolithic that I don't even know what the left hand's doing to the right hand. Yes, but the reality is not. This is just a lie and a deception and an illusion that they try to feed you with. The reality is that they all work very closely together. And as soon as so what happened on the 7th of August, a day before my arrest and the abduction of my brother, was that I simply told the courts, I'm now going to provide you with evidence that the judges, and this is the main part, the judges and the judiciary are selling out their services to the local authority, undermining their independence, and the whole constitution of separation of powers. The reality is that this is all just a lie and a falsehood. The bottom line is that they just simply work together. So as soon as I put an appeal application in regarding the orders of a judge, what happened subsequently was that within 24 hours the police were here. They arrested me, took away my brother, and now holding him ransom. And so all I'm going to do is I've got no reason to lie now. I've got no reason for privacy. Privacy is sold. What good is privacy when you're 6 foot under? Or what good is privacy when you're falsely incarcerated in prison? You can take your privacy and stick it where the sun don't shine. I want my brother back, and they refuse. I mean, obviously, they do this all the time, don't they, really? They kidnap children and they use the family courts in order to steal children. Under my circumstances, there is no children involved. There's only elderly and adult care, and as a result of which they're using the same playbook. What they fail to understand is that children may lack capacity, but in relation to adults, they do have capacity. My brother has clear mental capacities, authorized me to act on his behalf, but something that they simply cannot accept. And the reason that they cannot accept it is because that it undermines their criminal conviction, where they've criminally convicted me, falsely sent me to prison, and then plundered all our finances. And this at that time was not the police; it was other Crown prosecution. It was just Bradford Council doing the same old rubbish, lying, manipulating, buying off the judges. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to sit here. I've got no reason, nothing to hide. I've got no reason to tell lies. I'm no longer going to go along with your facade and deception and corruption. I'm going to just tell the truth, and I'm going to tell it to the whole world, so the whole world gets to know. What other people, what you choose to do with it, with the information, is entirely up to you. But the bottom line is that I'm going to continue to make daily diaries and continue to tell you the truth about how everybody has colluded and conspired to target and victimize me and my family. And this does not just extend to the institutions or organizations. It extends to my family members, my relatives. My brothers and sisters have been commissioned by the council. My nieces and nephews have been commissioned. Everybody I know has been commissioned, and it's to the council. And it just seems that I am the delusional one. I am the crazy one saying all this stuff. What's crazy about it? People don't conspire in order to make financial gain. Everybody can commit fraud and corruption. If I'm making the allegation that judges are committing, high court judges are committing fraud and corruption, then that means that anybody can collude and conspire. And that's the way they want it. They want you to be poor, indebted, enslaved, indentured to them, needing their services. And whenever somebody stands out and speaks up like I do, I get put down. Anyway, I think we'll leave it there for one day. That's all for today.